So sorry I had not done the edition of the trust in a while. So I saw a message yesterday and somebody was like, oh, I apologize. I think the logistics is quite, difficult sometimes because most of the time I just get off running or skipping. So like today I just got off 1,000 skips. And I will be bringing you the edition of the trust this morning. So I'll try to do it in such a way where I can tie it to many platforms. And I'll try my very best, but the logistics is quite very hard. So the very first story, the story making the round, is about the budget. A lot has been revealed, and I was saying before, thanks to Ningi, because if not for Ningi, we'll not know about that some senators got 500 million for constituency project, which they oversee anyway. And we will not also know that some of the senators, got more than the others. And another thing is, we'll not also know that the Senate President, Mr. Fabio, got about 18 billion for his own constituency projects. And you wonder, what's the scrutiny behind all of this in the budget? And the truth has to be told. We need to be able to look deeply about how our processes are being done. Because the truth is, we complain about cutting costs of governance. As at this morning now, Nigeria wants to go to the Eurobond market again to go borrow, only to think that most of those monies are borrowed, and what are they used for? Frivolous activities. So we need to thank Ningi for the awareness as regards this, and we need to scrutinize the budget process even more. I have always favored us sort of having like an OBR like they have in the UK, Office of Budget Responsibility, where you check through the budgeting system and you see the anomalies and you bring it out. So, that's the first story, and that's done. Secondly, good move by the CBN, because I saw now that they're trying to give farmers fertilizers to be able to cushion the problem with food in the country and all of that. That's a good move. But is that not the same thing they blamed Mr. Mefele for doing? Because, you're blaming somebody for doing something and the next thing you're doing. I'm not saying it's not a good move, but hey, so the CBN is back to intervening. And that's what we're seeing. Thirdly, the story about Axis Bank. And there's a story making the rounds this morning that Igbo J. Imakwede has returned to Axis Bank as the chairman of Axis Bank Holdings. So, let's see how it pans out. And that's after the passing of Herbert Wigwe. And it's been a very sad one there, and very sad ordeal. Fourthly, I'd like to quickly talk about the welfare of citizens at a time like this. We want government to be able to do something about the welfare of elderly people and adults, and that's why I'm bringing something your way. So for about a week now with the Oseni Center, I've been partnering with DM Pharmacy, and you can just check through my Instagram post hitherto and you will see it. We've been giving 5% off for drugs so that people can be able to get drugs at 5% discount, just to be able to help people this season. This is also in tandem with many other health outreaches the Senate Center has done this year. This year alone, we've collectively raised, with the help of other people, we've raised close to about 10 million for various people that had surgery and the things that I had advertised. And thank you guys so much for partnering with me and the Senate Center on all of this. And on the international scene, real quickly, one story making the rounds is Elon Musk has cancelled the contract supposed to have with Don Lemon to be able to host a show on X. You know why? Because Don Lemon asked the tough question, asked Elon Musk about his drug use, and that question really took...
Are you under the influence of anything? You said you learned your lesson. What did you learn? So you don't...
Participation in the last election cycle, and that really ticked Elon Musk off, so he cancelled the contract. But I think there's going to be a legal showdown. Some are saying, since the contract wasn't signed yet, Don Lemon has no right for any legal showdown. So we're looking at that. And I hope it's not true. There's a picture making the rounds of some of our athletes stranded after going to the African Games. Please, we need to do more about the welfare of our athletes. But I would like to believe that picture is not true. All right. And another story making the rounds. Government functionaries and what they do. How can a government department go all the way to London to go do a training? It's very sad. It's very sad. It's a sad ordeal. And it's a sad reflection of what is happening. In case you do not know, the student loan has been pushed forward again. They said they want to get it right. They want to get it better. They promised it was going to be January. It was going to be before the end of last year. Now it's going to be January. It's not end of March. They're pushing it forward again, as long as they get it right. The student loan was first promised during the campaigns in 2015, and there are videos to that effect. So let's see how all of this pans out. That's the trust for you this morning. You've been served. Thank you. I'll try as much as possible to keep up with it. And this is also going to be across many platforms. We'll see the consistency of the trust. Bless you.